Hey YouTube, welcome back to Better Done Yourself. Today on Better Done Yourself, Tepache. Tepache is a fermented Mexican drink made out of pineapple rinds. You've probably cut up a couple of these in your lifetime. I'll show you how to cut one up, well, how I cut one up, the easiest way I think. And you throw away all the rinds, and I hate that. I hate throwing away stuff that I could be fermenting. So this is a great summertime drink. It's sour, kind of like lemonade. It's a little sweet because of the residual sugar that doesn't ferment out. And it's good for you because it's got lots of probiotics and lots of natural bugs in it going on. So it actually kind of comes out a little carbonated. We'll talk about how to carbonate it towards that part. But basically what you do is you cut up a pineapple, add in a little bit of spices, some sugar, and then just let it ferment in some warm water at room temperature for about a week, and then pour it off and drink it. So super easy to make, fun to make, and delicious. So let's get to work. First thing is the pineapple. Take the top off, and the top and the bottom. Should call this a tutorial on cutting pineapple. Basically what I want to do is just cut all the way around and remove all the rind, and then I'm going to remove this center, this tough woody part. That's not good eating. So you can just kind of guide your knife down. The deeper you go, the more of this that you get. So I'm going to do two passes here. I'm going to go around and I'm going to cut all the rind off. And then I'm going to go around and cut a little deeper to make sure I get all those eyes. So here you can see. And depending on how much of those eyes you feel like you need to get rid of, I usually leave a little bit. It gives it a little bit of texture, makes it interesting to eat. But cut off a good bit of them anyway. Good enough. Okay? Like I said, we're going to save all these rinds and stuff them all in a jar. All of this, all of this. All right, we've got that put aside. We were going to eat this pineapple, right? So just split the pineapple into quarters. And then you need to remove this woody part here. This, and you can just kind of figure out where a knife is going to go and slice it out. Put those in your jar. And so now you've got 3 more bits to do. Just kind of get that woody center out. Looks good. One more. Trim your bits here. That looks a little woody. That looks like a seed. Okay, just all these right in the jar. There's a big old eye. There's a couple little bits here. All right, as for these babies, I usually try to do like triangles like you get if you were buy pineapple in the store. So figure out how to cut this guy into triangle shapes, and then it's just a matter of cutting these into slices. And you've got pineapple chunks. So just carve out your triangles here, and then slice the long pieces. And that's how you make cut up pineapple. But no, you came here to learn how to make tepache. Let's make tepache. You need 1 jar of pineapple rind and just a couple of other things. I like these a lot. These are dried chipotles. They come, I found them in the produce department. If you look around, you can find these little packages of different herbs and stuff. And these are just dried chipotles. They're basically a chili that's been smoked and dried. So throw one of those in. Cinnamon stick. Stick that down in there. And then we're going to ferment this, but we're going to ferment this as a beverage, and we need to add a little bit more sugar. So This is a half-gallon jar I'm doing. This is a cup of brown sugar. You can use, the Mexicans traditionally used a pinocillo. Is that you can buy it in the supermarket sometime. If you have a good ethnic section in your supermarket, look for, it comes in a little brown cone about this big wrapped up in cellophane. I've even seen them in corn husks wrapped up, and you can buy them, they're shrink wrapped. But so ask your supermarket guy for his pinocillo, or you can just use a little bit of brown sugar, whatever works for you. But I'm using a cup here. Get that in. And yeah, it looks like a lot of sugar. Remember, we're fermenting this though, so this is gonna all become basically just acid. This is gonna become the astringency that makes this drink so refreshing. Fill your jar up with water and just a plastic lid. Put that on tight, and we'll give this a shake to activate all those pineapple bacteria, but also to dissolve the sugar, of course. Give it a shake once or twice, and then wait until it doesn't settle out. And I've still got a little bit coming down here. That's the bulk of it. Find something to press all this stuff down. You don't want anything above the surface of the liquid. If you have anything above the surface of the liquid, you're gonna get mold. And that's not something you want to mess with. So poke everything down. I use this little jar. It's just small enough that it fits right down inside there. A little bit of runoff. So get your jar down in there. Leave it a little bit of room to foam up. It's gonna foam up. And then just put a lid on. Not too tight. You don't want this super tight. You're not sealing it in there. This is gonna give off carbon dioxide gas. And if you put this lid on too tight, this is a bomb. This thing's just gonna wait to explode with the carbon dioxide pressure buildup. So just a loose lid, just enough to keep the dust out and keep the cat out of it. But this is good. Put this away in your pantry for a couple of days, 3, 4, 5 days, something like that. Depends on how warm your house is. If you've got a super warm house, might take 2 or 3 days. It's 70 in here. So I'll give this about 5 days, and then we'll come back and have another look at it. And here's the finished product. This has been fermenting for 5 days, and you'll see just these tiny little bubbles coming up, and creating this foam on the top, and that's a good sign of active fermentation. That's the carbon dioxide given off by the bacteria that are in here and the yeast that are in here, fermenting the fructose from the pineapple and from the brown sugar, and creating carbon dioxide. Now when we open this, you're gonna see there's kind of lots of bubbles. This kind of brown evil here, it's just dirt off the outside of the pineapple. The nice thing about this fermentation is all these little bubbles kind of, got your little scrubbing bubbles here cleaning off the dirt and dust and everything from the pineapple. Remember I said I didn't wash the pineapple? Well, here's our washing step. But just scrape that off. It's probably fine, but hey, no reason to eat it if you don't need it. And then here you can pour this. And you can see the nice carbonation. And there you have it, Tepache. It's delicious. Ooh, it's tart. But no, that's really good. Depends, how you like it. If you like it sweet, I let this go for what I say, 5 days. But this is nice. This is tart. This is refreshing. Kind of like a good old-fashioned lemonade or something like that. That's got that real lemon in it. It's got that tartness. Not too sweet. That's good stuff. You can, if you want to make it alcohol, this is probably, I don't know, 0.05% alcohol in here, because alcohol takes a long time to make. Alcohol takes, you make wine and it literally ferments for about a month or 2 and really gets all that fructose out of the grape juice and really makes wine at 8 or 9% alcohol. This has been fermenting for a couple of days. There's really not a lot of alcohol in it. It's not about the alcohol. It's about the fermenting, making the probiotics, getting some of that sugar out and replacing it with a nice tart, refreshing taste. So I think I'm ready for the backyard. How about you guys? Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below.